Hi folks, Aquava. This is Fifi for Fish Zoo. Today we're going to breed some goldfish, possibly an oranda or a black mole. We may breed any of these two goldfishes. But the main important and the objective of this video is to let you know most of the secrets in breeding goldfishes. Yes, there are a lot of secrets that people would normally not tell you in videos. They will normally not tell you here on YouTube. You need to go out there, you pay for it, and then you have that kind of knowledge. But today, I am going to teach you. Why am I going to teach you all these? This is because, look, this is my 5th year in this hobby, and I have learned things the hard way. Yes, the hard way. I go online, make my research, get all the info that I need so I can be the best at what I do. But trust me, I always ended up learning the hard way. And I wouldn't want you to go through. Yes, so long as you are a subscriber to this channel, you're going to now get lots and lots of tips in breeding and caring for your fishes. Yes, I'm going to share everything with you. First of all, breeding your goldfishes, please, you need to first identify the male and the female. Already we do know what the male and females look like. Yes, mostly the females, they do have big bellies. Yes, they do have big bellies. The males kind of have some straight bodies. Yes, and they are always smaller when they are of the same age. Mostly the males are a bit smaller than the females. That is the basic rule. Everybody knows that. Yes, but aside that, what is the first secret? Let me tell you the first secret. The first secret is here. So long as you've been able to identify the male and the female, please separate them. Yes, if you want to breed them, separate them. Why do you separate them? You separate them because now the female and male are apart. And the day they come together, yeah, you know what happens. The day these two meet, it's going to be love at first sight. Yes, that is how it's going to be. So, you join me as we go along, we prepare them for breeding. I will share with you the other secrets in breeding. Now, I have mine. Let me flip you guys over. So, yeah, I do have my females. These are my females. Very lovely. These are my female black moles and orandas that I have raised. And then these are the males. The males, yes, their pond is a bit green, but no problem. We did water change just about 2 days ago, but just that these guys are directly in the sun, so we get the green, all that. So these are the males. And the males here now are ready and they want to join the females. You can see right here the females are a bit huge, they are big because they are ready with eggs, and that is the first thing. These guys have been fed, so when you separate them, what you do is that you feed them so well. You feed them so well that, I don't say overfeed them, but you feed them with good food. If you had live food, you give it to them, like the bloodworms and all that, you feed them with it. And then also, you kind of feed them in bits, in between times. Yes, in bits. So these guys are ready. One will ask, what is the essence in feeding these fishes when they are already ready to breed? Yes, when you put them together, yes, surely they're going to give you some eggs. But trust me, if you want healthy and enough, yes, if you want quantity and healthy fry, then you need to feed them. You feed them well, their eggs and all that, they're going to look so good, and you're going to have lots and lots of fry that are not going to die, but they're going to be healthy. So I have done that already for it's been about a week and over, and these guys are looking good. They are ready to breed. And then we moved on to the next point. We're talking about temperature. Yes, temperature. What happens? Look, if you want to get these guys to breed so well, yes, you want them to breed so well, what you need to do is make sure you have good temperature. I've always said in my videos, where I am, I don't need those what do you call it, the heaters. No, I don't use heaters. I don't even know how aquarium heaters look like. I don't pond heaters. I don't know how they really look like. That is because where I am in the hot temperate zone. So hot, almost every day, almost all the time. My weather is so hot. Right about now you can see the sun right behind me. Yes, so I don't use anything about heater or anything. So I always tell you guys, when I need to, that you need to get your temperatures right. First of all, I'm not going to mention any numbers for the temperatures, but what you need to know is that so long as you have a change, yes, so long as there is a change in the temperature in the water, that you have your male and female in, there is going to be a spawn. Yes, I'm basically telling you the tips. So long as there is a drop or a rise in temperature, that means there should be a change, just a change in temperature. After you follow the first steps that I've given you, now you need to do some water change. So if, let's say, you have your water already in there, you've put your male and female in there, just drop the water and then add new fresh water. Remember never to use chlorine water, that is tap water. Always use stored water or whatever. Do not use chlorine water. Yes, remember that tip. Yeah, so now we move on with getting the fishes and getting them set up. Yeah, so this is what we're going to do. We already know these are the females, these are the males. I'm going to look for the best of two females. That is the red cap. We go with the red cap. Let's get the red cap. Get the best two. Already I have a pink bowl with water. Yes, I need one more of you, one more of you. I have four that are looking so good, but I've selected two females. Yes, two females. And now we come on to another secret. Always use more males than the females. Yes, always use more males. Always use more males. So we have two males now. Let's get an additional two. And then also remember that the qualities in your male and female, you should always get the best in them. Yes, if you are selecting, you need to choose the best that you have. Why? Because you're going to have babies from these guys and they need to look more like their parents. Now let's go look at how you need to set up and be ready for your goldfishes. So we have the females. These are the two females, sorry, and then these are the four males who will be engaging. These guys are just going to fall in love immediately they meet each other because they've been apart for weeks. Yes, but let's go on to the next point, the next secret to know so that you breed the best in your fish. What is it going to be about? You breed your fishes and then you realize that, look, you don't see any of your fry. That is another thing you need to deal with. Like, you breed, these guys lay thousands of eggs. Literally, yes, they lay thousands of eggs from every spawn. What I'm doing right now is I am opening the spawning area. Yes, look, don't allow mosquitoes to come anywhere close to you. You never allow mosquitoes to come anywhere close to your spawning area. Another point, number two, the reason why we're covering it, you also don't allow your dragonflies anywhere around you. That is why most of the professional breeders do their breeding indoors. They do their breeding indoors because they wouldn't want any of these animals or insects to get into their spawning area. Why? They just devour your fry. They're going to eat up your fry and you're going to have very little of your fry. That is if you want to breed and sell. So what I do here, look at it, is just regular nets, and then since it's a concrete area, I have covered it entirely, and I can open it when I want to feed them and then close it when I don't need it. So now that we are in the spawning pond, what are we going to do to be able to get them to spawn? You know, goldfishes, yes, like I said, yeah, spawn. They do spawn. And what do we mean by spawning? That is, they get into anything that is fluffy, anything that is bushy in the water, and the female deposits its eggs on them, releases eggs immediately within splits before 1 second. Then male also releases milk. Yes, that is the sperm. Yes, that is the sperm. So the male releases the milk, and then it fertilizes with the female's eggs. Then it becomes very sticky. That is when it gets attached to plants or anything that is fluffy in there. Look at what I will be using. Yes, so I will be using these. We call them the anacaris. That is what I will be using. I just leave them in here. Yes, I leave them in here, and they will be spawning on these. But also take note, another point you should take note is that, yes, you need to have your spawning area very well aerated. Very, very, very well aerated. But never, and when I say ever, never, ever, ever disturb the area where you have your plants or your spawning mob or whatever. Never ever disturb that area, because that is where your fishes are going to spawn. And if there is any turbulence or any kind of distraction, it's going to reduce the amount of fertility. Yes, the eggs will not be that fertilized. Why? Because you're causing waves and splashes in there, and what happens is that the milk, when released, is just going to be splashed around. The eggs are also going to be splashed around, so you maintain very, very low rate of disturbance in there. So you can see from here that my aerator is far away from where these are. This is where they're spawning. They have enough room to swim around. Yes, although it's enough room, but it's very confined, because you don't want them struggling, the male chasing the female around. You don't want it to be a long process. So a little area where they can just move around a bit, come back, then they spawn on these. Let's move on to the next step. Now take this part very serious. Yes, take this part very, very, very serious. We have our females and we have our males. What I would advise you is to always drop in the males first. Let the males get in there for about 15 to 30 minutes. Look, everything I'm telling you is something I have practiced for the past 5 years, and I am telling you it works so well for me. We've talked about identifying the male and female, getting the right temperature, feeding them well, separating them, feeding them well, and then also setting up. You don't cause any disturbance in the water. You use plants or spawn materials and all that. Now you're going to drop them in. Let the male go in there. When the male gets in there, he establishes his dominance. He gets used to the bearings of the place and everything, and then he is the male. He is ready for action. Yes. So we're going to drop our males. These are the males, gorgeous males. They are huge, actually, quite huge. Yeah, they are over a year old now, and we can drop them in here. Yeah, so I try to let them acclimate to the new environment, the water and everything, then I will remove them and drop them in the water. So let's wait a while and then we'll work on them. Let's just go, and now it's been about 40 minutes. Let's go have a look, and then we would flip them into the water. So yeah, these are the males. Now that we are sure of the temperature, very sure of the temperature, we take the males out in here. I'm just uncomfortable adding the water because their water is a bit dirty, but there's nothing wrong. I could have just poured them in there. So now you see the males are in there, and I'll allow them to scout the area, get used to the area, as the females also wait in there. Yes, there's nothing bad with them being in there because they can survive a whole day in that bowl, so they will be fine. We'll just pour them back in some few minutes when the male seem to be comfortable in there. It's time to get the females. They seem to have floated to the back. Let's get the females. We'll add them, and then we'll share the bits of the rest of the tips with you. And then now we just wait for them to spawn. I'm expecting lots of eggs from these two. Lots of eggs, because when you press the belly, it releases eggs already. So that's another signal. It shows that yes, your females are that ready. Okay. So now they're all in here, and the next thing you need to do, the next thing you need to do is, my friend, give them the privacy. Let them have their privacy. They are going to give you babies. Let them have their privacy. They need to be in there alone. They need to do their own thing. Maybe the male is going to take the females out for dinner, lunch, something. Please let them have their privacy. That's all they need right now. And then after that, at dawn, yes, remember, we're doing this setup. This is the afternoon of today, and we're going to expect them to spawn at dawn. Normally they spawn in between the hours of 2 a.m. anytime from there till around 7 or 8 a.m. in the morning. These guys would have spawned. You need to be monitoring them, and then you get to a point where you would realize something. So you wait. I'll show you that practically when they are spawning, only if I catch them. Yes, I hope I don't sleep so much. So I woke up at dawn, although I must say it was quite late. I didn't wake up as early as I wanted to, but yes, these guys were busy spawning. You can see the male chasing the female, and at the same time, try look at these videos very well. You see one male chasing the female, another male is also some kind of supporting, and now they spawn. Yes, right here you see them spawn. Yes, that's it. That's where they lay their eggs. This moment, the female has laid eggs and the male has also fertilized. Another one is going to happen right now. You see here, right here. Yes, there are eggs. But what happens now is you notice that some of these fishes are just going around and they are enjoying the eggs. So you can see these guys there. Now they go back to where they spawned, the other guys spawned, and they are eating the eggs. These guys, you need to just carefully steady them and then take them out. As I stand there now, they have started the whole process. I'm around, they won't be intimidated by me being around. So I just collect those that are not working. This one here is a female, that's a male. The female, I suspect that has already laid enough eggs. Yes, that female has no more eggs because earlier it was just releasing eggs. Yeah, so they spawn now.
Now I just leave 2 males and 1 female.
If you do follow these steps I've given you on how to breed these types of goldfishes, you are always going to have successful breeding. If you want an in-depth videos on how to go about these and then care for your fry, please, I have an old video. I'm going to leave the link up here. You can click on it and then watch that as well. Also, don't forget to join the family by hitting that subscribe button. Thank you.